What is up, everyone, and welcome back to ZeldaSpeedRuns. We've got more coverage of your Link to the Past All Dungeons tournament coming right your way, right here, where I've got ALttP, say hello.
Yellow.
And this is not Yoho.
Hello.
On commentary today, those two are going to be, bringing you through the, Okay, never mind, but it's just my stream. I thought the races weren't up on stream yet, but there you go. But yeah, we'll be talking over the beautiful beetle match we got going today with Doomtap facing off against AceZer0. A little bit of plugging here. We have more All Dungeons tournament matches coming up later. We have TMB versus I cannot pronounce that. ACMLM. If you want to help me pronounce.
Yep, that's
exactly it is.
Uh-huh.
Alright, but yeah, we're pretty much ready to start here, so I'm gonna get these two started here, and I'll pass it on to you.
Cool.
Right, so, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got Doomtap here. Doomtap is the number 4 seed in our brackets, and he's playing against AceZer0, who's a 29 seed here. Bit of a difference in PBs. Ace has a 116.22, and Doom is in the 110 club with a 110.51.
Mm-hmm.
But, as we always say, AD, All Dungeons, also stands for All Disasters, and you never know what'll happen to anyone in any given race. So that keeps it exciting, always. Mm-hmm. And looks like, they're getting started here.
Yep.
We're hitting Big Escape.
Yep.
Escape, same as it ever was.
Not much we can do to get around it.
Yeah. But it's a good warm up for when you're getting started. It gets my hands warm whenever I do it.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives you a little time to, you might be thinking, hey, might be a little nervous coming into a race right here. This is the winner's bracket, so neither of these runners, even with a loss, are completely out of the tournament. They were both runners did well enough to get past the group stages, but even with all that, it can be kind of nerve-wracking. And just having this relatively straightforward, pretty much you've done this before section of Escape is pretty nice to, get you calmed down, get your nerves down, be like, hey, should just like another speedrun.
Yeah, for sure. But Escape is really, I don't know, you're not doing too many tricks in Escape, but you're mashing the D-pad a lot if you're trying to go fast, because that's, I don't know, I guess that's how my hands get warmed up, but also I get them old man hands doing it. Get them old man pains, like, oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Getting that arthritis going.
Yeah.
Doom is a pretty long time and well-known runner. I know both you and I frequently are in the Doomtap stream, watching the leg cam, the Doom to pants grab.
The controller
Ace,
cam, we can say it like that.
Sure. Ace is he's been around for a little bit, but I'm not. I think this is mostly his first tournament with Link to the Past, and he's done a lot of improving over the course of just practicing for this tournament. So I'm excited to see how he does in this race, and just should he continue to keep playing afterwards, how far he can go.
We've got a little swag boom there, not turning it all when he threw the boomerang.
Yep.
It's always fun. I don't always get that.
Yeah, two buttons at the same time is basically what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And turns out that's the hardest thing that you can do in Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. So it's not always something that everybody can do. Looking like both of our runners going for 8/Doom with a textbook 8/Ace, having to corral the guy, but kept on top of him, got no wasted slashes.
Yeah, no big difference. They're still very close. No ball and chain deaths. You know, that's one of the things that can happen. That's happened in the tournament, right? Oh, he gets bullied by that green guy a little bit.
Yeah, we saw some annoyance. There's a lot of there's one giant random thing that we're going to talk about at the very end of the run, but there's a lot of just small little variants in guard movement, guard patterns, things like that, or just enemy patterns, not specifically guards, that you just kind of have to deal with. That can separate these two runners from each other in Hyrule Castle.
Yeah. That green guy or whatever. Sometimes I feel like I get past him just by pumping, and it feels good. Just pumping against the jail cells, and it feels pretty good. But yeah, he got hit there. It's
yeah. This room that Doom's currently in can be very wildly on what the sword guard does. What the are those also sword guards?
I
guess
know.
One's a long sword.
They got a big sword, like daggers. They're walking around with daggers, maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They take up so much of the room, though, with the big sword.
Yeah.
Like, if they're facing sideways, it's like half the hallway there is just gone to you.
Yeah. The worst is when you're going for a boom on the big guard, and then freaking my heart will go on. I Will Always Love You starts playing when one of the short sword guys comes in and takes the boom hit.
Or even better, if you get the invisible sprite. Like, one of the things.
Oh yeah.
The way the game works is guards send out invisible sprites to detect Link when they're looking around, when they're in their search pattern or whatever. And unfortunately, those have collision for the boom. So
did you see that hot chest turn from AceZer0? It was a half turn, but it was still definitely a chest turn.
Oh baby, yep. Ace knows how to play the crowd, apparently.
Currently way in the lead.
Currently the fan favorite AceZer0.
Unfortunately,
getting Seattle key rat
and throwing the boom too early.
Yeah, I hate Seattle key rat, man.
Yeah, the worst part about it is that throwing the boom too early, because like all the other rats, you feel like, you know, you swing and then you can basically just instantly throw your boom, and it's going to be pretty much fine no matter what happens. But because the way that the pseudo 3D works, the key kind of hops up in the air and it kind of goes into the wall, and like different things treat altitude and stuff differently. So like your boom ends up hitting the wall instead of picking up lots of weird things happen, which we'll definitely talk about because it's actually pretty important, all that altitude stuff further in the run.
Yeah, for sure. Looking at Ace's splits, I think he might actually end up he might get Sankart here, because it looks like he goes for silvers. Yep, we're going to see him. He's getting Sankart, then he's saving and quitting. The reason you do this is one of the ways you can get silvers is you set your mirror portal to the big pyramid. I don't know how much of this we've actually seen in groups.
In the bracket stage, Aussie, not to be confused with Oase, did it in his match, but nothing on the ZSR restreams.
Yeah, so you don't want the refill of getting the Sankart after Eastern, so you go ahead and just grab it now.
You get it now. You'll be a little less health, not have to take nearly as much damage. We saw a very hot citrus from Doom. Doom is one of a pretty small number of runners that use boom buffers for his citrus versus sword, or as we saw with the Glan yesterday, select buffers. I remember talking with him about it because when I was watching one of his streams, and just something that he felt like was more comfortable for him versus the sword slashes.
Yeah, I think he said the Tink or whatever helped him with the timing of the buffers.
Yeah.
With the boom hits the wall.
Yeah, when you're at the level that Doom is, a 1:10:51, pretty hot time in the top 10. Was he? Where is he exactly? He's number 6. You're really trying to maximize pretty much all of your your time save. And so being able, if you have a good setup to time out, hey, move in here, move 5 diagonal here, move 6 in here, that kind of stuff. Just go with what feels comfortable.
Yeah. So doing that citrus, not grabbing Sandcart Doom's a little bit ahead here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see how Eastern goes. We've seen an Eastern death in this tournament, so you never know. And Doom's at 3 hearts. I don't know. Bad things happen sometimes, and it feels bad. But
yeah, 3 hearts and guaranteed down to at least 1.5 here from our big key damage boost.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's not likely, but it can definitely happen. So, speaking of the 110 Club, we're having a poll in the AD Tourney Discord.
Oh yeah,
who's going to be the next 110? You know, and M. Kosler showed up on that list.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw the poll and did not vote for myself. Just not really doing that many practice runs outside of just maybe 1 or 2 before the tourney, my actual tourney match, and then going. I really think it's going to be Dow, because Dow's actually running the game. But we'll see. You never know.
Yeah, definitely. Dow in the match later, he might get it there versus ACM. That's going to be a sick match, too.
Yeah, that's going to be a very good match. Seeing some nice ZGR and some interesting strats coming from Ace. He decided to pick up that heart in that anti-fairy room. He also had a very interesting Gifted with Greenies room.
Yeah, playing a lot of safe strats. Looks like from Ace. I guess that's a good thing in this category because there's so much that can go wrong.
Absolutely.
They both get the red rupee.
Speaking of things going wrong, just a little too early.
He's going and grabbing some more arrows. Taking a second.
Oh no. The pot. Speaking of the bodyguard, the pot played the bodyguard in that one.
Yeah.
Very, very unfortunate.
But yeah. We'll see Doom go to the back, get the bombs. We're going to see if he chest turns. I don't know. Doom doesn't always do chest turns. So.
Doom doesn't strike me as a very swaggy player.
He's nonsense.
Yeah, to me, he just is there for the run. He's just trying to do what he can to squeeze out time. He's not much of a showboater. He's I'm trying to think of all the descriptions that people give to like point guards. He's a real gym rat.
Yeah. Okay. Sports? Oh no.
Meantime, we're seeing Doom do the DMA up here. Oh, decided to do a little pause buffer.
He knew he missed, so he paused buffer to get the input right there. That was interesting.
There's about a 3 pixel window where you can actually do that. So I guess he noticed that he was too high, and so he used the pause buffer to put him back down into the right spot.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see the difference here. Doom ended up picking that sync heart up, while Ace doesn't have to pick it up. And you see how Ace is at 4 hearts. Every time we save and quit, we don't actually get a full refill of our health. So we use that to our advantage with the...
Oh, Ace is like moving left a pixel up on the corner, and it's causing him trouble.
Yeah,
I mean, moving
it's
right.
still possible to do it.
Yeah,
but it very much reduces the window. It shakes it from like a 3 pixel to something like a 1 pixel window. Ooh, unfortunate.
Oh, and
Let's
then
see if he knows the backup.
He's getting the backup. He's not getting a spin speed though. He's kind of
tap
the
up
trouble,
and down, and there we go.
Yeah, everything's so tight in that area where you're doing the backup. Like it's really hard to get
your spin speed and all that stuff
without because if you do a spin speed up against a wall, like the game I guess thinks you're grabbing the wall instead of
right, because you press an A, and whenever you press A up against a wall, it grabs it, and so it thinks to do that instead of charge up a dash. So, and we need the actual dash animation to be charging to get our actual spin speed.
Yeah. But yeah, Doom had a all right gauntlet of tricks so far. He's in the pod.
Mm-hmm.
Doing
Pretty consistent.
Reload, getting it nice and regular to
nice and regular,
not cave state. Yeah, nice and regular, plain old pod.
Nice and regular. Had a lot of fiber this morning. And here we're going to see, like you mentioned, Ace actually does go for silvers. So we're seeing a different clip to start out with when Ace is on top of the Death Mountain. Instead of doing the Kiki Eat, he's going to do this Hera clip, but instead of going into Hera, he doesn't fix his camera until right then, after he places the mirror.
Yeah. Now I guess we're just gonna see him die here.
Yeah, just goes and
hugging a dead rock. I guess they're finally useful for something.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, that portal stays when he dies like this, so he can just restart at Link's house. And he runs right up there, hits the portal. Oh.
Yeah, you might think, well, why not just save and quit? Well, if you save and quit, there's a difference between reloading from a death and a save and quit. Save and quits clear your mirror portals. Deaths do not. And so since we want that mirror portal, we can't just save and quit. We gotta die.
Doom heading off to the hammer jump. Double pixel perfect. Wanna see?
Having a little trouble getting this first position. He gets it there. And gets the second one. Oh,
he tried.
Oh, he tried,
no. And he got the chest unturned.
Do we subtract?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's fine just to say no.
We'll have to talk to the chest turn czar Link's.
Yeah, Link's in.
Figure out what that is.
Is this the first silvers of the brackets? No, it's the first silvers on Restream. But Aussie got silvers in his match yesterday. It was not restreamed, but he did get it. Very nice mix room from Doomtap. Nice. Ending up with just one arrow. So gonna be pretty much guaranteed that stuck with just using hammer and sword spins.
Yeah, I know that Doom is familiar with arrowing down Helma. He told me how to do it, or he basically gave me the idea or whatever when I was learning AD, and he said basically he did it down to about 115, but now I guess he feels more than comfortable enough to fight that he just goes for it.
So the benefit that AceZer0 gets with the silvers is mostly the majority of the reason that you get it is a safety, mostly for this particular fight. If you're not very great at doing things like doing the hammer hits on Helma, and you're just going to end up dying a lot, well, you can make the fight relatively trivial. Just by putting one silver arrow shot right between our dinosaur's eyes. Turtle? I don't know what you'd call Helma.
All right, I think someone in chat wants us to explain the concept of chest turns. There's basically when you go to open a chest, you're hitting the A button. If you press a directional button at the same time, Link will turn and the chest will still open. It's a thoroughly useless thing to do.
Well, that's true in like 99.9% of cases.
Okay, sometimes it can save one frame, but most of the time it's a swag strat, honestly.
Talking about not just throwing away the concept of a frame.
I guess so. I don't go for chest turns to save a frame. I don't think anyone goes for chest turns to save the frame.
Absolutely not. Fall from AceZer0 gonna have to reset the room.
Yeah.
The other issue with this is you do have to pay a little bit of attention, and he does get the hammer jump there. You do have to pay a little bit of attention with your health. You would rather. You only have in the sexy statue room. You only have 3 hearts that you can pick up. So this is about where he has to stop taking any damage.
Yeah, he can't. He can't take any damage. Well, he can take damage, but it's going to end up with. I guess I don't know. I guess you can just not care about taking damage here at all.
Yeah, I guess for him, because he has silvers, it's not as big of a deal.
Yeah, I know some of the guys were like theory crafting the most optimal silvers route where you don't get any of those hearts on the left side at all, and then you're just going in there with low health and saving all the time possible. Yeah,
there was a thought when we discovered some of the different ways that we can get silvers. Ace is doing sort of an older way that you can get silvers. There was a thought that there could have been silvers might have been good enough for or fast enough for just any regular runner to get. And so they were trying to think of all the little time saves that you could squeeze out that might make it so that, hey, this ties or maybe even is faster if you do all this nonsense. But it still ended up being a little slower.
Still, yeah. And I don't know that everyone would go for that anyway. So it would have to save a lot of time for you to be able to justify doing all the craziness that was involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
Doom had a nice boom dash. Didn't have the full-on boom dash, I guess, where you get the iframes, but still had a good one. Made it.
Still gonna save him some frames. Just doesn't get the coffee break.
Yeah. And yeah, it looks like Doom's just kind of tearing through the run. And he's not like on a hot pace for him, but still just putting in good times. I mean, I think he had an 18-17 pod. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's still pretty hot, all things considered. In the meantime, we're seeing Ace go through his Helmet Sword fight, 17 shots to the dome, and then he's going to switch to the silver arrows.
Yeah, so much easier, so much nicer, so much less threatening.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit faster in terms of that fight, but
yeah. You can I don't know, the fastest hammer, it's still slower, but it's not that much slower, but like the average silvers kill is going to be way faster than the average hammer kill, because things can go wrong during that hammer fight.
I mean, you're dealing with RMG. You're having to worry about RMG for the hammer kill. You're not having to worry about it as much for silvers because you just got hit one shot.
Mm-hmm.
And Doom into Moldorm, missing a hammer hit, dodging Moldorm a little bit, and 2, and dodging the head, and there we got 3. Maybe a little bit of unhappiness slashes there from him. A little bit of I hate you Moldorm slashes.
Very annoying fight, even in this category where it's much easier. He can still just behave erratically, knock you off the top, and things get really, really annoying.
And as Doom is leaving Hera, Ace is heading into Hera, so about a dungeon behind here. He'll catch some of that time up just based on things being faster with silvers, but Doom misses the god leap over the bush. I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I know there's some sub-pixel setup. There's a series of pixels, I think, where you do.
I don't know how wide it is. I've been trying to figure it out, but I'm sure it's somewhere in the documents, the doc, but I just haven't.
I mean, at that point, we've put the document in the same warehouse as the thing from Indiana Jones, right? Like it's gone now, right?
Yeah, the top men are on it. There's one Y position that it works on. Yeah. So you kind of just go for it and really hope for it.
Yep.
Meantime, making our way through Thieves Town with Doomtap. Not much of a difference in the Thieves Sound split between here and most other runs. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking at AceZer0, and he's chest sliding on basically every chest. So I'm pretty sure he's attempting. He's attempting to go for chest turns, but not quite getting them all the time. Seeing Doom with probably the second best Hellway that you can get, not the full-on God Pixel Hellway, but nobody really in his way for the second dash.
Yep. And yeah, he's chugging on. He hasn't lost any health or anything in Thieves Town yet. One of his group matches, he also didn't lose any health until he lost it all on blind. So he likes to make sure everyone knows that it's impossible for a top level runner to die with full health to blind.
Oh yeah. I've heard some things about the blind fight itself from some of my co-commentators. So we'll see if that continues to hold true. Seeing Ace do his Moldorm fight, and just like I said, even an easier version of the fight, he's still a very erratic worm.
Yep.
Doom having a pretty slow, I don't know, Three Musketeers room, big
block room. I call it
big block room. Yeah.
A prison. The worst part of all dungeons in Thieves Town. Yeah, because you just can't do anything with those blue guys. You just gotta. You're walking up, like the hammer won't really hit them. The hammer hitbox is just hateful.
Yeah, inadequate to deal with those guys, and not having the Master Sword to kill them as you're dashing through or even just walking through. Yeah, it makes it super annoying. Yeah, Doom making his way to the blind fight. Runner of his caliber
never gonna have any problems.
Should be fine.
I'll say he won't have he just hammered. I don't know. He's tempting fate here. It's over. He's hammering the head. He's gotten too cocky on this blind fight.
Well, he's through the first two phases very cleanly, and it looks like everything
went fine. So AceZer0 is just getting started in Thieves Town again. His Doom is catching the crystal, having a little chat with a crystal maiden, and heading out. Yeah, Doom had a textbook blind fight. Exactly what you're supposed to do. Had a little sliver in the light there for the last hit. That's is a pretty good fight.
Really, the best that you can get is blind that isn't even close to the light there. I don't know how much more difficult it is in AD to do that, because you've got a shorter sword compared to the Master Sword, and you don't have the ability to use beams, so you can't really deal with it that way. Seeing some different strat from AceZer0, instead of using the hammer and dashing through, taking the pot and throwing it down. Probably something that you might have taken from Rando when you might not be in there with the hammer.
All right. What strategy is Doom going to do?
He's
frog dooring it. All right. Yep. Get excited.
No, he's
pre-talking. He's top.
Just press A.
Oh, he's doing top skull or whatever talk. And doing it.
Yeah.
This isn't actually frog door.
We got debated.
I don't know, dog door. Is that what we're going to call it? Something.
I think it's actually called just press A. That's because that's an NMG strat that you can do right there, where you pick up the top rock. I don't know how much time it saves. Not many people really go for it in NMG because it's a pretty small window, and you lose a lot of time compared to going for the
if you don't get. I guess if you get it, it's got to be about the same as Frog Door, right?
As Frog Door, probably.
I mean, you're doing the same things, just in a different order.
Saves 10 to 15 frames in RMG. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there would be a reason for not, but yeah. In the meantime, Ace making his way. Unfortunate sparks from these berries.
I was told in many a tutorial, if you slash twice and you make it through the sparking guy, you're fine on the second guy.
Yeah, I was told this as well, and it has been a number of real-life situations where that has not worked, so I usually go for 3. Nice fin stash coming from Doom. Yeah. We also saw a very nice hammer dash into the pot switch in the toilet room from AceZer0, who's currently in his blind fight.
Handling his blind fight. Looks like he's doing okay.
Oh,
he missed one. He missed that second slash in phase 3.
Yeah.
That one
cleaned it up totally fine.
Yeah, I think that one's partially harder just because of the fact that you have the fighter sword.
Yeah. Meantime, Doom making his way through Skull. We're about, I don't know, it's 2 minutes? 2 minutes difference between these
2 or 3
runners?
minutes, I think.
Yeah. Ace regaling the chat with how he feels that the dungeon, the segment went.
With his dungeon there.
Is that counting the silvers buffer on Ganon? No, I'm not. This is just on here. He'll probably save. If I'm just looking at his PB, his Ganon was about 1:30. So really saving, like 20 seconds or so on the Ganon fight. So. A little bit closer than what you can visually see here, but not anything where Ace is secretly ahead.
Yep, and Ace is going for Frog Door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a frame perfect hard lock, soft-ish lock, hard-ish lock. I don't know what you say. You can make it out. You can save yourself from the hard lock. So it's a hard-ish lock, I would say.
Let's see. Okay. Well, he didn't get the lock, but
he didn't get the lock. He picked up the pot.
Yeah. Didn't get the right timing for the proper Frog Door. So it ends up, I believe that ends up tying the other strat. The non-Frog Door strat.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it lost like 20 frames or something on the
maybe it does.
Frog Door.
Maybe it does.
Look, there's a lot of people spreading a lot of rumors about how much time Frog Door saves and doesn't save. Certain people.
It saves one Frog Door.
Yeah, it saves exactly one Frog Door. There's going to be a certain person who will do comms in the future. His name rhymes with Schmappathy Duck. He's been increasing the amount of time it saves. So first it's 20. We have a video that says it's 20 frames. Now he's saying about 40, 45. It's going to be 60 pretty soon. Pretty soon it's going to be 60 frames. Duck's going to be 60.
Pretty soon we're going to be talking about it in fin stashes.
Yes.
Which suddenly becomes infinite time. Very nice fight, by the way, from Doomtap. Got the first double hit, followed by 2 poke dashes to finish him off. Seeing AceZer0 completely skip over the fence dash, bringing shame upon this stream and his family.
Not even doing the there's a training
not even
wheels
dashing through the bushes.
You can do. Well, there's a training wheels fence dash you can do, right? Where if you're doing blanksmiths, you can put the portal right next to the sign, and then you can just turn up and dash whenever you hit the portal.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's like a not very well known strat. So, and I don't know if that is anywhere in the our wonderful Alden's tutorial, so maybe doesn't know about it. But yeah, there is a possibility there. Going through the second worst room in the game, getting a little beat up in really bad spot, but nicely understands that if your slash doesn't hit, you can hold your sword out for a poke, and that should almost always hit to knock those Gibdos off of the statue.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Doom is getting some sass from this. He's getting it both ways from this Dead Rock.
And Katy Perry.
Yep.
Is being too much of a firework right now.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
In his last match, I believe it was Doom. In his last match, he also had very annoying Dead Rocks. So he's certainly familiar with the Dead Rock nonsense. Stacy showing up for AceZer0. Stacy's
nice.
the name of the
fairy. We call that fairy Stacy.
For the most part, as top tier runner, you kind of really don't want that to happen.
Yeah, the big thing is like you gotta. Yeah, well, he just took
damage,
so he's fine.
Yeah,
he's back.
Yeah,
you don't want beams going back into Moth because it's You don't want beams in the mummy key room either, because if you have beams, you knock him cardinally instead of being able to knock him kind of diagonally into that spike, which is what you want to do.
There's a lot of really weird things. Ooh, unfortunate, but stays calm.
He's taking more taps from mummies.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see how Doom is gonna handle what I call the worst screen in AD.
It's definitely the worst overworld screen in AD. But he's going for the bomb clip.
Out
he went a little low, I think.
No, he's low. He's definitely. Oh, what? Okay, well,
I thought he had it the very first time, and then
Doomtap showing it. Yeah, it looked like he was on it. You know, I used the ear for the Q. It looked like the ear was on. And,
yeah.
Yep. He just.
You do have that little bounce up and down. All the while we were staring at a pixel. Ace had a precarious Moth fight, but ends up.
Doing all right. I think he took another hit and was okay. Made it through.
Mm-hmm.
Not the fastest. One of the things you can do to see how fast a Moth fight is count the number of spikes that have shot out.
Mm-hmm.
That are disappeared whenever the screen is done and the conveyors are stopped.
Mm-hmm. After a certain point, it kind of becomes hard. But really, once you see, like, if you look at the side and there's like more than 4, then they all basically fall in that category that are gone. It's really like 0, 1, 2, or 3 spikes missing.
Yeah. So, Desert is Desert's a rough split. Blammo just some time. Oh wait, hold on. We hit it. The big chest turn right there from Doom.
I think we're tied up with 1 apiece for our 2 runners. A little bit of tail of the tape still, looking at our runners. Doom is actually still within shouting distance of his PB, only 18 seconds ahead, so on a very nice 111 pace. I don't know how good and or bad the end of his run is, so maybe PB is still attainable. Ace running a little high, about a minute off of his PB, but it'll come down. He definitely has the opportunity to bring it down as we go further along.
Yeah. I mean, Doom has 14 seconds he can save here, and he's only plus 18. So I don't know if he has a great desert. I'm not so sure he's had a great desert, but
yeah, he's had an okay desert so far.
I mean, he's had a lot of he had Dead Rock fights.
Oh yes, that's right.
The
Katy Perry nonsense.
Gets the 1 cycle. That's nice. Always pleasurable.
Meanwhile, we're seeing Ace make his way through the I was gonna say psychedelic, but this is definitely not psychedelic. Muddy. Zora's domain.
There's no browns in psychedelic, man.
Yeah. Doom making his way. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's a blocky Zora.
Yeah, blocky Zora's domain. Doom making his way to Mr. Meyer, probably at least for a watcher, the most interesting split. Do you know if Doom goes for the Meyer bomb jump?
Doom does sometimes, and then sometimes he does not go for it. So I have no idea whether he will go for it or not go for it.
Yeah,
I know he sees his peers doing it, and he feels the peer pressure.
Absolutely,
but then he does it and gets his life ruined.
Nice the bomb clip from AceZer0. I know Doom, well known for having potato internet, as he calls it. So he's definitely very unlikely that he is watching the restream and seeing, like, being able to go, hey, my opponent is this far behind, this far ahead, we're real close to each other, that kind of stuff. So I doubt that's going to influence his decision on whether to go for the Meyer bomb jump or not.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see pretty much right here. Okay, he decides to stop over, pick up that key. Usually that's a sign that you're not going to go for the bomb jump.
Yeah. Gets the slug in the way, but he gets a bomb in reward for killing it.
Mm-hmm. Little whiff there from AceZer0 on that torch, but gets it without taking any additional damage.
Oh, this is a sub 40 torch time for Doom. That means according to what the elders state, sub 40 torch time is 110 pace.
Former world record holder Bwayne, exclamation point Bwayne in the chat, I believe is one of the subscribers to that theory. And yeah, we're not seeing a
AceZer0 doesn't go for the spin speed in the back of desert.
Not seeing a bomb jump from Doom. Just gonna take the long route around.
Yep, and back around. I don't think he does normally, but sometimes he'll do the sword clip for here at a swamp. I don't know. He just messes around sometimes and does these sword clips into random rooms too. So who knows what he'll actually do here?
Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't. I don't know if he goes for Fast Meyer too. So I don't think he cares as much about keeping beams as some people would.
Yeah.
So
and especially with I don't know, we call it Duck Meyer 2, Duck Meyer 2-2. It less of a need to go for it if you can get a lucky drop. Seeing Ace, one of the things I saw in group stages from a lot of runners who picked up silvers is they would still do the landmo fight with sword and a spin. All right, sorry, sword and fire rod. Switching to silvers. I'm glad to see Ace is switching to silvers. Pick him up. Might as well use him.
Doom misses the incredibly free chest turn.
The absolutely free chest turn.
Yep, insane. So yeah, we're gonna see Doom's Meyer too. He doesn't do duck strat. He's just corralling. Gets shot by the BMOS, grabs a heart, and yeah, he does the fire rod on that guy. So
yeah, the unfortunate thing about Meyer 2-2, because you don't have beams, you can't do the fast version of that room, and it means that bottom left Popo, the tentacle monsters there, end up getting out of range, and you have to go chase him down.
And a high five of sorts, as they're both in the same room, but Ace is just heading in as Doom is heading to the back to fight Vitreous.
There we go. Going to see our spooky action glitch from Doomtap. Mentioned we're going to be doing some nonsense with the altitude variable way back when we were in Escape. This is where it is. A lot of weird stuff is going to happen that allows us to hit some switches through walls. This one's not quite as valuable as what you see in the RMG runs, but it's still valuable enough that we go for it. And Doom nails it first try.
All right, and Ace hitting the torches about 4 minutes behind Doom. Right at exactly 4 minutes behind Doom. So
Gotcha.
It's gonna take a disaster from Doom to happen for Ace to be able to catch up.
But like you mentioned at the beginning, this is called All Disasters. Which see a nice chest turn, half chest turn from AceZer0 to take the lead once again in the all-important chest turn battle.
Yep. And yeah, it looks like Doom is on pace-ish.
Yeah. Didn't really see exactly what his catch time was, but I think he's going to save a little bit of time here. Currently sitting at, before we're done with the split, currently sitting at just 7.6 seconds ahead of his PB. So gaining time here puts him ever so much closer. Would need to gain 3 seconds to pass by the and get into 5th place, leapfrogging over the God Gamer himself, Louis.
Yeah.
Ended up losing a couple seconds.
He lost a few.
But still within 11 seconds of his PB.
Yeah, now he's up against a gold swamp. That's actually, I think that's a pretty good gold, too.
That's a pretty good gold. 54 is a pretty darn good gold. But starts off with a very good Myra escape clip. Ooh, but gets lottoed.
Got the lotto. Oh, no.
Let's get your Imcosa lottos in chat.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I feel like I wonder if there's some kind of science there where you can avoid that lotto.
Well, I think people have looked at it. There are things that you can do to guarantee that you don't get it, but they lose a lot of time compared to just going for it and taking the pretty... Ooh, Ace taking a full beam shot.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage here in Meyer 2-2. This is not good for him. I guess it'll be okay still if he... yeah,
he does have silvers. Yeah,
silver kill Vitreous, so...
the fight's not going to be nearly as painful as what we saw on Doom's side, so not as big of a deal, but... Did definitely see an attempt at... Interesting. Saw an attempt at a...
I wonder if he had been...
a chest turn there.
Yeah, if he's been 1.0'd a few times doing that bridge, so...
Whenever I've memed it up and tried to do that chest turn there, I almost invariably get 1.0'd from that laser, so probably had something similar happen to him, or just understands that he's at super low health and can't really afford to get hit.
Oh yeah, he would just die. That'd be not good.
Yep. Doom going through.
He missed a down buffer, had to re-go for it. Yeah,
he ended up going down 2, and so had to reposition himself.
But yeah, still saving time over not doing it. So
absolutely,
definitely worth. Probably not gold pace anymore though.
Yeah. It was gold pace was pretty much over after the getting lottoed.
Yeah, getting lottoed. Unfortunate. We're gonna see Doom's attempt at zero cycle. He goes for it. Let's see how he handles it.
In the meantime, Ace missing the spooky action there. Decides he missed it twice, and so decided to not keep on trying. Did see a nice zero cycle from Doom.
Yeah, definitely. And at the same time, we're going to see AceZer0 heading into the Vitreous fight. We're going to see how he handles it with 4 hearts. Just holding back probably and shooting arrows at Vitreous. Yeah.
Much easier and safer fight. Did play it very.
Oh no! He took one to the eye.
Went right up in there.
I've done one run with silvers, and then I got in the Vitreous fight a little low on health and did exactly what he did and decided never to get silvers again.
Very good thing. So we haven't seen this too often in the tournament, but very good thing that he did there. There are a couple dungeons in this run. Whenever we get into Dark World, and we haven't killed Aga 1 yet, we have this thing called Fake Light World. And some dungeons, including Misery Mire, have issues with Fake Light World. And had he not left and mirrored, bad things would have happened.
Yeah, so that death to Vitreous is about 3 minutes lost for him.
And had he not mirrored, it would have been about
I mean,
a million? It would have been about...
You would have had to hard reset and go back to the desert. Well, you'd hard reset, and you could just go straight back to Mire, I guess, because you died and did the save and quit. Or the save and continue or whatever. So you'd have a save. Yeah. You'd have a save that you could just go back to Mire and just go to the back, but it would be
3 minutes, George.
Yeah, just 3 minutes. And he's getting up a little bit there. The big thing here too is like he's used some of his arrows on that fight. I don't know how many arrows you exactly need for the eyeballs.
There are 9 eyes plus 2 more. It's either 8 or 9. Individual small eyes plus 2 more for the big eye. So he should be fine as long as he's not whiffing anything.
And yeah, he missed Spooky again. Might not have been worth going for there because
since he already blew up the
doing a little fire rod dash out.
Nice. A little fire rod dash swag. Meantime, we completely ignoring Doom as he's tearing through Ice Palace.
I didn't even see how his icebreaker went.
Yeah, his icebreaker went pretty well. Not going up against the gold, but like
might as well be.
Yeah, 0.15 seconds from the gold. So much better fight from Ace the second time around.
Makes it out. He has 1 arrow. Luckily, he's in a swamp where he can grab a few extra. He needs a lot fewer arrows to just be able to complete in this category compared to Doomtap with the regular arrows.
Doom with a couple different times, he ended up getting an okay cold stare fight, but a couple different times where things could have gone wrong. He had a very steep spin. You want to go steep whenever you're doing double poke, but his was super steep. And if you go, I don't know exactly how steep it has to be, but at some point they just hit the wall and immediately spread, and that's not cool. And then he did a double poke and then ended up poking them again before actually releasing his spin. So he had to clean up with a couple extra shots there.
Yep. And yeah, pretty good Ice Palace from Doom. Can't match his golds, but it's still very good.
So what we're seeing on Ace's side.
Ace is doing the safe exit for Mire.
There's a couple different
he's doing
safe
the Brahmin
exits.
Yeah, the Brahmin variation. I actually don't know how to do that at all.
Yeah, I looked at it a couple times. The thing with the Brahmin variation is you can softlock yourself there. It's a little faster than the other safe exit, but there is an opportunity for a soft lock.
Doom foregoing the ice rod chest turn.
Mm-hmm.
Heading up to Turtle Rock, going to do the big mirror wrap into Turtle Rock.
We just don't have enough memers in this race here.
Yep, nowhere near enough.
Making our way into TR for our second mirror wrap of the category. This one's not nearly as scary as the Ice Palace one, but there can be some issues with this. Nice instant climb, and then boom, nails it first try.
Yep. Heading into the laser bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Does the good menu. That menu is so weird to me. You're basically wrapping around the menu twice or whatever to get to the bombs.
You end up doing it several times in the category, so to me it feels like the same. It feels like mirror to fire rod in RMG. It's just a menu that you're gonna do often, so you might as well just sort of get it memorized.
Yeah. Ace is through his diver down, holy diver, whatever we're calling it this week, heading into his Argus fight.
Yeah. Seeing Doom make his way backward through TR, a significantly easier dungeon than what you'd see in most other categories.
Yeah, it turns out just coming in through the other end makes it a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to skip all those keys in that chomp.
Yeah, chomp is the main benefit of entering the dungeon this way. Yes, Squid. Thank you. Ooh. Got a unfortunate ricochet from
Doom is getting beat up a little bit.
Unfortunate ricochet from the pokey there. You do sort of a double spin, and that should kill the pokey. But part of that double spin sort of launches sort of some of the interior.
Doom going to menu to the King of Samaria to basically be able to bail out.
Yep.
On that helmet. That was nice heads up play.
Yeah, and a very nice peg puzzle, switch room, whatever you want to call it.
TGH room.
Yeah, I guess at this point we probably should just rename it to just like ZGR is ZGR. Just go ahead and rename it to TGH room.
Yep. Great. Doom is one hit KO from Trinex, but it looks like he does not even care and is just pushing through it. He might. I think I saw him earlier today. He didn't go for the double spin when he was this low. I don't know whether he'll do it or not. We're gonna see.
Whenever Trinex is in this very center position, there's much less of a chance for things to go wrong on the double spin. If he's like in the lower left, it can get kind of scary. But when you've got that much room for your ricochet to happen. Meantime, we're seeing the different strat to get into Ice Palace from Ace instead of going for the mirror wrap. I was paying too much attention to the Doom side. I didn't quite see if that was just his initial strat there, or whether he.
No, he just went straight for not doing the mirror wrap.
Okay, he didn't accidentally jump off the side or anything like that. Okay.
I get to see Icebreaker from AceZer0.
Mm-hmm. Second of our newer tricks in this category.
Oh, he did the sub-pixel setup. That's nice. Oh, he did select buffering for the inputs. It's interesting. not using the menu to Samaria. Or the menu away from Samaria for anything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Doom's heading to Ganon's tower. We want to see his climb.
Yeah, I know there was some talk right as Icebreaker was getting routed in on whether
the stair clip. Nice.
Yeah, very nice stair clip from Ace on whether it would be better to use the Samaria block to trigger this switch instead of using the block that you push down here. So we're going to see if this is what Ace is going for.
I mean, he's still on it.
Ends up not being any faster because you get to use that menu. You need to be on hammer anyways, and you get to use that menu or you can use that menu in the Icebreaker for your second left buffer.
Oh, they're pretty far apart here for his for 6 slash. All right, it looks he's got 2 down.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah, he's got them all.
Heads up, and you got them back together.
Nice, nice adjustment there. Yeah,
yeah, like when you spin and you see them start spreading apart, you're already like, oh no.
Yeah. They weren't far enough apart, and he was able to get there fast enough that he was able to get at least 6 hits on everyone before anybody got away. So not much to chase down afterward.
Yeah. Yeah, so not that big of a worry there for him. Meanwhile, Doom will end up having, I guess, exactly the right number of arrows to be able to beat Armos. They're all counted out. I don't know whether he'll actually go for some safety arrows here or not.
Yeah. There are 5 arrows up top, or he could go for the...
He's doing the chest,
yeah. Pot here, yeah, instead of... So we might see him just skip getting the arrows after the big key, since he's going to have, as long as everything goes fine, he's going to have 10 arrows at the start of the actual climb. Yep.
Yeah, everything went all right.
Very nice swim from AceZer0.
Nice
oh, and we got a chest turn.
Yeah.
Back. Did that pull Doom ahead, or is he just tied up?
I mean, I play video games, so I don't have to count. And they still want me to count, so it's rough.
Mm. Making our way through Ganon's tower here.
Yeah, hitting Mimics 1 and 2, heading up towards the gauntlet. Meanwhile, Ace is we're going to see him do the mirror wrap that no one did before to get to the laser bridge on TR.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking to the old man before, playing it a little bit safer than Doom. You saw Doom ending up with 2 hearts after a minor disaster happened.
Mm-hmm.
And Ace doesn't want that to happen, so going ahead and making sure he has full health going into TR.
Mm-hmm. Checking back in at our runners, Ace with his unfortunate mire is pretty much out of his PB chances, but Doom still sitting at only 17.8 seconds. He's got technically 11 seconds to save versus his gold here. GT is a pretty hard split to gold.
There's a thing Doom likes to do here where he will definitely hover Moldorm too if he feels like he could save time.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times it ends up killing the run. Sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of times it'll end up being the final, like in the dead run, it'll end up being, the final nail in the coffin for it. So we're gonna see how he plays this out. Whether he hovers, it's gonna be a good look into his psychology here on how he's approaching this run.
Yeah, in AD, hovering is even less of a time save because you're still going to have to do a menu away. You hover in MG, then you can stick on something like your fire rod and not have to do that menu. But here you're going to have to switch to your mirror to get to Aga Tower.
Yeah, for sure. And in NMG, it does save a menu here. Save a menu, but I don't know whether it's actually like. I think a lot of people are saying in NMG, and maybe with this too, it's actually still better to be on the hook shot, even if you do the hover for the blocks to be able to clip through the blocks.
Maybe. I'm sure one of our lovely runners could be would have one of that. Either in here or on the Discord would have the answer to that.
Yeah. Right. So.
Yep, we'll see whether we get the hover here or not. It looks like
he's going for it. He's going for it. Will he make it? He's making it. Oh my god!
Oh, what a
incredible,
god.
Incredible.
Yeah, and he is on hook shot. He did switch to hook shot there.
Yeah.
Because you're skipping over the like getting any of the refill in that room just before you're. Sorry, I'm looking at Ace, Ace's peg puzzle issues. It looked like he was trying to go specifically for the cane dash and was having issues.
Oh, Doom! It looks like he's on. He got 2 doubles for.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah,
he ends up with a triple double.
Recycled, yeah.
Doom, this is a family stream.
Oh my word! Well, it happens.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ace is cleaning up Trinex. Looks like he's having an alright fight there. And heading into the second phase.
Did end up saving a little bit of time there, and it looks like he does have a good 6 seconds to save compared to gold for Aga Tower. Showing off a Doom strat that he figured out himself, getting the quick warp on the left side instead of on the right side.
Just walk down, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it can be scary.
Yeah, I get it. For sure. But yeah, it looks like with he didn't have. I guess he didn't have a perfect number of blue balls, maybe 2 in his PB. So with good RNG, another chest turn from him.
Another chest turn, very good.
With good RNG,
that is one of the few actual useful chest turns. Being able to move your light cone to the side so that you can see where the guard happened to be moving.
Yep. Looks like Ace actually saved a lot of time on that Turtle Rock split, so nice for him. Still good ways behind Doom. Still good ways behind his PB, but I mean, it's you go for what you can in these, right?
Yeah, so. Yeah. I'm sure it was a 6 second, or not 6 second, a 6 minute difference between these two runners' PBs. I'm sure Ace was not really hoping for the upset, but not really expecting a victory here, and just trying to do what he can to improve his PB. Just going for a PB run.
Yeah, sure. So Doom's heading into Aga 1. We're gonna see how the wizard treats him luck-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has maybe 2 in his PB. We're gonna hope for less.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're seeing Ace make his way through the Ganon Tower basement. Ooh, takes a fall right there.
That fall is rough because the camera.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, camera just crawls up.
Mm-hmm. So 4 shots per lightning phase. First shot is always fine. The second, third, and fourth coin flip between 6 second time loss or just moving on normally. So far, everything's going fine. totally
like,
free, or a blue ballless.
I don't know. That's ominous, right? You don't just get like the one where you said, "All right, I did one, I'm good."
Mm-hmm.
Now you're on the second phase, and he's going to just say, "No, you cannot. You shall not pass."
Well, we'll see.
Ooh,
the
zero, the hot zero. That
zero.
means Doom is definitely on pace now. It looks like he only got one in his PB. We're actually in the split. Can look at the math.
So he was only 7.8 seconds ahead of his PB going into that fight. So it's going to be a squeaker. It's going to be based off of really.
Well, another thing to note is 203 Ganon. That's a hard one. So he has a lot of room to spare on Ganon. Ace is doing the silvers kill on Armo, so like he had a little trouble sliding around, missing a couple. Finally, he lined himself back up and got it. And since he has silvers, he has more than enough arrows to be able to just go up through here. Is just gonna not grab the arrow chest and it's gonna head out.
So Blue Pig, first 2 phases, 12 hits per phase. Use a combination of slashes and spins to get it done. Looking pretty good so far. Going in, Doom likes to do these dashes to get the 12 hits in the second phase.
Yep. All right. 1 warp. 2 warps. All right.
These warps are also just coin flips.
Yeah, basically just 50-50.
Yeah, 3, it's something like 2 to 3 seconds
4
per warp.
All right, is at the average right now. If Ganon stops. Ganon didn't stop. 5. 6.
Okay.
All right. I think he might have had 7 or 8 in his PB, so...
Yeah. And is going to be able to get the double here. Ooh!
He just did the
got
slash.
The triple with just the slash there.
Yeah.
Very, very good fight on this phase 4 coming from Doom. And excellent phase 4. Very likely going to be seeing a PB here.
All right, get your GGs in chat for Doomtap. He is PB'd by about 8 seconds here, so that's pretty huge for him. Very nice.
Gets ahead of Louis into the top 5 of this category. Official SRL time of 1:10:44, but on his splits, it is a 1:10:43.69. So get your nices in chat.
So yeah, Doom declining the interview, but his internet has issues with being able to do Discord and everything at the same time. But he's in chat, so everyone at him and add him in chat. Go ahead, do it, and give us your GGs.
Oh, we're gonna have a text interview?
Thank you so much, chat, for giving him the ads.
I mean, if Doomtap is up for it, we could have a text interview.
Yeah.
Ace didn't quite get his magic set up, so I had to switch to the lamp to get that last torch in Torches 2.
Yeah, he's gonna have to grab the magic here, I guess.
No, he doesn't really have to.
I mean, he doesn't have
he's got silvers,
Yeah,
so he's going to use silvers for the Agate Tower
Silvers,
and then get the full refill. Ooh, unfortunate.
Oh, the frame roll, I guess.
Anything that doesn't go your way, just call it a frame roll.
Yeah, I mean,
whether it's a real frame roll or not.
Every time I die to Helma, it's always the Helma frame roll that gets me, man.
Accidentally save and quit.
Oh man, the mini frame rolls. That's rough. That's rough. Always rough.
Go to the wrong location. More mini frame rolls.
That was map frame rolls.
Yeah, map frame rolls are the most embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're seeing Ace on his Aga 2 fight.
He splits the bars, but he still gets one
Mm-hmm.
on his first phase. Grabs another one.
Gets a double on that second one, but unfortunate.
If
Aga,
you hit him in the into the ceiling, he just gives up.
Mm-hmm.
He just takes a little nap. He hits his head and needs a nappy nap. And yeah, Aga 2 is down. Now we're off to Aga's Tower to fight Aga 1 in a twisted turn of events.
Mm-hmm. We turn back the wheel of time and fight a younger version.
All right, so
yeah, here's where you're going to start seeing a pretty big difference with the Silvers route versus the non-Silvers route. There's a lot of rooms in Aga Tower that you're going to use Silvers on rather than something like your Fire Rod.
I guess it's nice in here that you get that arrow pot right before you leave, so you're always guaranteed to have enough arrows.
You're always guaranteed to have, as long as you don't miss twice, you're always guaranteed to have enough arrows for phase 4. And you basically play Circle of Pots like you would if you were on Fire Rod by going inside.
Yeah, I have no idea of the right strat for Circle of Pots. I just switched to hook and hook the key.
Just hook it out.
Yeah, it's a nice bug feature of the game where you can hook that key as long as it's up in the air through a wall.
Yeah, kind of the opposite of what happens with the Seattle Key Rat, because you're on top of it now. You get the benefit from. Ooh, but he does switch to hook.
Yeah, he switched to hook, so I guess he's going to hook it out too.
Yeah. So yeah, you see right there, hook right on through. Decides to pick up the pot just to give himself a little bit extra buffer.
Yep. Heading up to Aga 1. We're going to see how Aga 1 treats him. He has successfully completed the Blaine manip here, but Doom did get 0, so he might have stolen the manip. That's going to be a rough one. We're going to see.
You're on hook and you don't get. Okay. Oh no! Doesn't get the. So you can actually spin speed in both of these rooms. The last 2 rooms that he's been in. You can use the hook speed on the little stairs that are inside the doorway.
Oh, he's going back for it. He wants revenge on that hook speed, man. He went back. He let him know he's taking the hook speed, whether you want to give it to him or not.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see how many blue balls he grabs here. The first one's always an energy. This is 50-50. Oh no! I can't believe Doom stole his 0 blue balls from him. You do a bad run, you die in mire. The reward you're supposed to receive is a 0 blue ball Aga. And now he's getting blue balls.
Doom just snatched it away.
I can't believe that's just rude. That's just rude. All right. Well, it looks like he's just at 1 so far, so maybe it'll still be pretty nice. 1 is okay. Yeah, 1's all right.
One between 2 runners in this category is
insane.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, that's got to be an incredibly low % chance of happening. Somewhere in the 1 in thousands. So we saw it here first. But yeah, Ace is going to head into the Ganon fight. This time, for Phase 4, he has 10 silver arrows on him, so he gets to go... instead of doing the torch glitch and doing some some spins, some lucky spins to win. He gets to just shoot Ganon with arrows, 4 arrows, and he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Saves a lot of time, saves, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds, and just makes the fight, I guess, easier. Like, Phase 4 Ganon isn't hard necessarily, but it's hard to do optimally.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to get the triples every time, to be able
Yep.
to get the double spin before you actually do the torch glitch, do all that.
Right.
So it really does simplify the fight a lot.
A lot of runners, especially if like they're coming from rando or something like that, they see they know that they can do Phase 4 Ganon. Whether they can do it fast is a different scenario, and they end up, especially like especially in NMG, the more popular category, end up going into the Ganon fight without the safeties of silver arrows or gold sword, and end up losing a lot of time compared to what they could have gotten with just go ahead and picking him up. So,
All right. So 3, one more arrow, and I have no idea what that
I have no
would even
idea
do there. Yeah, probably nothing, but you never know.
Probably nothing. But here we go. Yep, there was our last shot.
Yep. Get your GGs in chat for AceZer0. And there we go. Ace is finishing with a official SRL time of 1:19:33.
Mm-hmm. We'll see if we can get Ace in.
Yeah, see if he wants to do an interview for us. All right, so
Yep. We're just checking some technical stuff before we can get Ace in for an interview.
Cool deal.
Looks like Ace is declining the interview.
Right.
Okay.
No, Ace is not declining. Ace is just saying that. Right. I was just checking some technical stuff so we don't get the good old Discord echo.
Yeah, definitely.
Gotcha.
Alright, in that case, that's a pretty good race.
Yeah, we got to see a PB coming from Doom.
We got to see a PB, another 110 on the board for someone. He already had one, but he's grabbing another one.
Yep.
Letting Duck know that it is a lot easier than Duck made it out to be.
Wow. Call-outs for our esteemed admins.
I mean, you're next, right, Kostler? You're going to show him that it's pretty easy too, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm sure everyone on the big poll in the AD Discord will be showing Duck shortly how easy getting a 110 will be. These guys are all great runners, and yeah, it's gonna be fun to see. But now we're
Ace in here.
Yeah, looks like we're joined by Ace. GG's on the run.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, that was a very interesting run.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I've had one where so many little things went wrong so consistently, and at least in a while. But
yeah,
that's
the big one obviously was the vitreous death in Misery Mire. You took that initial smack in the face from the Wizrobe in the second trip through Mire 2. Were you worried at any point there after getting hit like that, or did you feel like even with silvers it was going to be fine?
No, I wasn't worried. I actually didn't realize I wasn't paying attention. Wasn't counting my hearts. Obviously, I didn't expect to get hit by vitreous anyway. But like, even when I was in the big chest, I messed up getting the Cane of Samaria, so I stopped my dash early. I'm sure you noticed that.
Yeah.
By a laser. But even if I got hit, I didn't think it was going to kill me. But I don't know what my heart count was, or if I got hit again.
If you got 1.0'd, you'd have actually been dead because you were at 5 hearts, so you got 1.0'd, and then the damage from falling into the pit. So
yeah, I had no idea my health was that low, especially with I think I only needed one bomb to do the Hair to Swamp clip, so I was only missing 1 heart initially. But yeah, that was just one of those things that pretty much every dungeon had something weird that just never happens. I took damage from something strange, or I bonked on a lot of weird things that don't normally happen. I think my only 3 splits where I was ahead the whole time: Thieves, Swamp, and TR. And TR is just because my PBs was so bad.
Gotcha. So you went for silvers. Is that just a comfort thing? Have you thought about dropping the silvers? Did you think that you would dropping silvers going up against a runner of Doom's caliber?
I thought about it, but I mean, at this point, since I haven't practiced without silvers, I would just not end up helping me. Like, honestly, the Helmasaur fight with plenty of arrows and the bow, I'm pretty comfortable with it without silvers. But the Vitreous fight's a little bit scarier, I think, because especially if I don't manage my health like this situation, if I go into the Vitreous fight with 4 hearts, I can't really deboost myself down.
Yeah.
And plenty of other places where I use silvers, would just be slower. So I'll do that pretty soon. But for the tournament, I think I'm going to keep it and then get a PB without silvers afterwards, because I think I should be able to do that no problem.
Speaking of the tournament, with the loss, you're going to end up. Let's see, where are you?
He is facing Fricker, the loser of Fricker versus Kaznode. You got any thoughts on that match? How do you feel about going into that?
I mean, I certainly don't expect to win. I think that he's a lot better than I am. I didn't have any expectation to win against Doomtap either. He's obviously a great runner. But if the pattern goes as it has been so far, my tournament matches, the first one I did went really well, and I almost PB'd. The second one went pretty terribly, and I did awful. And then I put up like an almost a minute PB in my third one that was for seeding. So this was the next terrible run, and hopefully I get like a high 115 or something and actually have a chance.
Yeah, cool deal.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Good luck on that match coming up, I guess, next week.
Yeah, thanks. I'm definitely looking forward to it either way. Should be fun.
Yeah, and even though Doom's not in here with his victory, he's going to be going up against Kaznode, who minor upset. I don't know if you'd really call it an upset for.
Kaznode's a very strong player.
Yeah, both Fricker and Kaznode are very, very strong players. And Kaz,
Doom obviously Doom obviously he put up a time here that's better than Kaz's PB. So
yeah, that's crazy. I kept looking to see like if there was anything that was gonna make it look like I was getting a little bit of time back, and I saw just absolutely nothing. That was a fantastic run from Doomtap. Was that actually a PB as well?
Yeah, that was absolutely
that was PB. Got him into the top 5, leapfrogging God Gamer Louis.
Nice. Well, yeah, GG's and good luck to Doomtap going forward for sure.
Yeah, and I guess unless you have anything else, Kostler, with that, we're gonna leave it to George to take us out.
Sure thing.
Right, just in case you all want to stick around, we still have lots and lots of CSR content coming up. Actually, in just like a little bit less than. Let me just double check this very quickly so I don't. In actually like 1.5 hours, we're going to be going back live on this channel to bring you Dawati TMB versus ACM LM. I was told I need to pronounce these letter by letter. But yeah, we have another winners bracket round match coming up just today in less than 2 hours. And then tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 6 p.m. UTC, we have Chex Human versus Falan? Is it Falan or Falane? Falane. Alright. We have that coming up tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. UTC. And of course, don't miss out on at 3 p.m. tomorrow on the sub goal stream. Void will be doing the good old sploosh kaboom madness, because I believe there's a 275 sub goal. So thanks everyone for supporting the stream and getting us to these beautiful sub goals. And yeah, I think we have a few more tournament. Yeah, we have one more 80 tournament match scheduled so far. That's going to be also tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time or midnight UTC. That's going to be AceZer0 versus Josh RTA. So please stick around for all of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me in terms of plugging. In case you have any final words, the stage is yours.
No,
That's it
thanks
from
for
me.
thanks for the work on the restream. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks to our runners. Make sure and follow them if you enjoyed this race.
Yeah, and everyone have a good night and keep staying safe.